Everyone loves to make money, am I right? However, no one wants to lose money. But if you think about it, the richest people in the world often lose the most money. Ironic, isn't it? Hey guys, we're Fran and John, and over the years, we've lost tons of money. But guess what? We are still standing here today.
And the rule of the game is, if you lose money, you always make sure you make more. Just like the stock market, it doesn't move in one straight line, does it? It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down, it goes up to a higher high, it comes down to a higher low, so on and so forth. So if you understand stock investing, you know there are periods when it goes up and it comes down, which means people make money along the way and people lose money along the way. And that is the game. Even for getting a job, you don't think you can get a $5,000 paying job if you don't study, you don't have a degree, you don't have a diploma, right? So it also takes time and money before you get to that place where you can actually earn money. So in every process, if you want to make money, you must be prepared to lose money as well. Essentially, what we are saying here is, if you're afraid to lose money, indirectly, you're afraid to make money as well. Success and failure comes hand in hand. Ask any successful person and they'll tell you how many times they failed before they eventually find success. Therefore, if you want to go into the game of money and make lots and lots of it, you must be prepared to lose, because the more fear you have about money, it affects you both ways, both losing money and making money as well.
In life, everything flows in tandem. Yin and yang, good and evil, right? Everything has a balance. So therefore, if you have a fear of losing money, subconsciously, you also have a fear of making lots of money. Why? Because then your fear becomes losing a lot of that money. Does that make sense? It all boils down to your subconscious beliefs about money. Do you see it as a need? Do you see it as a tool? And do you have a lack of it? Is it an abundance that you have about money? What is your belief about, going into business? Is someone out there to scam you? Is everybody out there a scammer, right? Or are businesses designed to fail? So all that actually depends on what your beliefs are about money. And if you're afraid to lose money, it actually does mean that you're afraid to make a lot of money. You're afraid to take risks. I'm sure all of you have heard this saying, right? No risk, no reward. Well, it is actually true. Without big risk, you won't have the big reward. Now, of course, will there be a chance of you failing? Absolutely, which is why all the people who have actually had success, they've had lots and lots of failures as well. But we choose to see failures as learning lessons that makes us stronger and smarter when we go out to our next venture. It's very easy to spot someone with a scarcity mindset. The first thing that always comes out of their mouth when you ask them, do you want to go into this venture, or do you want to go into this opportunity, or do you want to try this or that? The first word is always no. Or they will say, I don't have the money, or I don't have the time, I don't have something. So it's either no, or I don't have, or I don't want, right? And that's very sad, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, the scarcity mindset is the exact reason why it keeps them from being ultra successful. These kind of people are really easy to spot. They live life small. What do I mean by that? Well, they rather stick in the kiddie pool and not venture out into the big swimming pool or the big ocean. So what does this mean? Every year, their life remains the same. They remain in the same job. They remain in the same status, everything remains the same old, life gets very boring. The thing is, secretly deep down, they do want to be successful. They do want to have that fabulous life, which is why I really want to make this video to show you that everything starts from the mindset. Everything starts from here. It's either you have a scarcity mindset or you have an abundant mindset. That's it. And then from there, when you understand yourself better, you will understand that, okay, now in life, I have choices. I can choose to live a big life, a fantastic life, or I can choose and remain in the life that I have. Which is your choice?
Entrepreneurs don't fall into businesses by accident. There is always planning and an intention behind. At the end of the day, in whatever things that you want to do, there must be a clear purpose and you must know what kind of outcome that you're looking for, because you need these to drive your very actions to help you move forward. So when you move forward and you do fail it fast and fail forward. That's the fastest way for you to pick yourself up, to stay in the game and continue plowing forward. If you want to be successful in the game of money, you must be willing to consider both ends of the equation, the making money part as well as the losing money part. That is the game. So if you want to be balanced in it, you must make sure that you consider your risk well, manage your risk properly so that you are always making more money than you are losing money. The most important thing is to stay in the game even after you fall, and do not ever quit.
And if you have not started, just go ahead and start. There's no point ruminating and thinking without actually pulling the trigger and taking action. Because at the end of the day, life rewards you when you're consistent and you take action. Just these two.